So hi guys, today's class we'll be discussing about data cleaning with Python. So in the previous classes, we have discussed how to install your IDEs. Okay, so we have dealt with Jupyter IDE. Okay, so how to install your Jupyter IDE with the help of Anaconda. So Anaconda is one of the best data science platform where you can launch your IDE. With the help of Anaconda. So apart from that, if you don't want to install Anaconda directly, you want to get into cloud-based IDE, yes, that is also possible. Okay, so directly you can launch cloud-based nodes, which is a very interactive tool. Okay, so this is your cloud-based Jupyter notebook. Similarly, we have discussed Google Colab, which is also one of the cloud-based IDE with a lot of functionalities. Any one of the IDE you can choose for your Python programming. So basically, as a data analyst, see, Python programming is a ocean, guys. Okay, so you cannot study within 3 months, 2 months, even it will take more than 1 or 2 years to study Python. It is a big ocean. Okay, if you completely study Python, you are the best data scientist. But as a data analyst, what should I study in Python, and which is important for me in Python, which is not important for me in Python? See, in our classes, in the data analyst classes, we won't study something called as Python libraries, which are very useful in developing machine learning algorithms, okay, or deep learning algorithms, or NLP. We won't study all those things. Basically, we won't teach you how to build softwares, okay. But here we'll teach you as a data analyst. You will be using Python as a tool. Okay, how we used Open Refine Web Scraper as a tools in order to collect the data and clean the data. Similarly, here we'll be using some Python libraries. Okay, so we'll be using some Python libraries. Okay, in order to clean the data, in order to play around the data, in order to manipulate the data. So basically, in the next classes, I'll discuss you what is meant by library. Okay, what is my Python library? What all will be there in the library? See, for example, think of common noun like library, right? College library. What is there in the college library? You will be having a number of books. Yes or no? So in the books, you have text. So if you want to choose any book, okay, you can go and uh, read the book. Similarly, okay, so libraries are nothing but a set of collection of classes, functions, methods. Okay, so where ready-madely you can use the data. Sorry, ready-madely you can use the code. Okay, so you have already built-in code which is developed in the form of functions and classes. Okay, which is built in the form of libraries. Okay, so just as a data analyst, you should be able to understand what kind of libraries you should use, what kind of functions you should use, what kind of methods you should use. That's it. Okay, so this is more than enough. Okay, but however, I'll be taking separate classes on Python itself. Okay, so I will be teaching from the basics, like what is Python, what is a variable. I'll be teaching what is constant. Okay, then I'll go to object oriented programming, basics of object oriented programming. Okay, so in that classes you will start the Python from the scratch. Okay, but here in the data analytics class, okay, so we won't deal in depth the Python programming. Just we'll discuss about how to clean the data, how to process the data. Okay, so already we in the previous classes we are very successful in what you called collecting the data from Apsara CRM, scrapping the data from Amazon website, Kaggle website. So we got the live data, yes or no? Okay, with the help of web scrapping. So we are also successful in storing this data in the CSV format. So now we have the data, we have the data set, right? So how can we manipulate this data set with the help of Python programming? That's it. Okay, so our Python libraries basically. So only that we'll discuss here in these classes, but we won't go in depth. Okay, see, as a data analyst, you must be able to understand what libraries I should use in the Python in order to play around the data, in order to play with the data or manipulate the data or do some process of cleaning or extraction or modifying the data. Okay, so this is your work. You do not break your head basically. Okay, so and even I will leverage the help of generative AI for you as a data analyst, where you can directly ask the generative AI, can you develop a program for me to clean the data? Just if you ask, it will only type the program and give to you. Only that you should know how to use that program. That's it. So in this class, okay, we'll be discussing how can we clean the data with the help of Python. So basically, as a data analyst, 99% of data analysts will be using two Python libraries. Okay, so to clean the data or manipulate the data. Okay, two Python libraries. Okay, so I will explain you what is libraries in detail in the next classes. Don't worry. So as a data analyst, I'll be using two Python libraries to clean the data. So one is called Pandas. One is called Pandas. Another is called NumPy. Okay, so basically these two are the powerful libraries, Python libraries, which is used by the data analyst. Okay, in order to what? In order to clean the data or play around with the data. So play around with the data. Play around with the data means what? Okay, I can manipulate the data. Basically, I can clean it. I can merge the data sets. Okay, I can remove the unwanted columns from the data sets. I can remove the unwanted nulls in the data set. So basically, that is a process of I can do error-free data basically. So that's called cleaning the data. Okay, for processing the data basically. So these two libraries are very important, for the data analyst. In the interview questions, they will ask these what kind of libraries you are using as a data analyst in order to clean the data. So Pandas and NumPy. Okay. So in the next coming classes, we'll be discussing. I'll take 5 to 6 classes on these Pandas and NumPy. Okay. So we have something called as Matlib also. That also I will discuss. Okay. So basically, we have some. This is nothing but tools. Basically, we call tool. Python libraries. We will be discussing all these tools in the next coming classes. But today, because of less strength, I don't want to discuss Rush more. Okay. So basically, I want more students. Even I will tell Samir to join everyone because these are very important classes. So 5 classes I will take on this Python libraries. Okay. So Python libraries, which is more than enough for the data analyst. Now, if you want to learn more on Python, so we are forming one new batch for the Python series. Okay, where we will teach you everything. Okay, it is Python. There is no end. Every you'll be having some weekend classes like that. You can come and sit if you want to know more about Python. That's your what do you call interest. But I don't want to waste my time here to teach you A to Z in Python. Okay, because that is not my intention. I want you to push into the industry as a Power BI developer. Okay. Now after this, we'll start something called as SQL. Okay. Here I will take some 4 classes, 4 or 5 classes. Then we'll start Power BI. Okay. This is very important for me because you have a lot of job opportunities on Power BI. Okay. So now let us understand. Okay. So basically, let me clear all these things. Yeah. So so all these things you understood previously, like what is data cleaning, why you need to why we need to clean the data because it is the raw data. What is meant by unstructured data? See, why we need to clean the data? See, if you have nulls, in your data, I want to remove it. Okay, I don't want nulls. Okay, so are empty values. Okay, empty cells, empty cells. I don't want empty cells. I don't want all the columns. Okay, so I don't want irregular data. Okay, irregular data, that is data without proper format. Okay, irregular data. So there are n number of kinds of errors like this in my data where I want to remove all these things. I want to clean it with help of your Python libraries called Pandas and NumPy. So today we discuss about how we can write some small programs with help of this Python library called Panda. We'll discuss about Panda basically. Okay, so I am giving one assignment for you. I want to make you to search what is the full form of panda. See, panda is an animal actually, right? Okay, it's an animal. It looks like a bear with some white, black mouth and white patches. Okay, but what is the full form of panda? Okay, take it as assignment and submit next class. Okay, so and what is meant by library? Library. Okay, then what is meant by class? Now, what is meant by method? Okay, what is meant by function? So all these are assignments for you for the next class. Okay, but don't worry, I'll teach you all these things. I'll start from basics. Okay, so yeah. So now, so let us get into your IDE. See, I am a fan of basically Jupyter Notebook, cloud-based Jupyter Notebook, because I have a number of things to leverage here. Basically, I'll be using Google Colab also. It's not like that. Anything you can use. Okay. So I'll be using Pandas now. Sorry, Jupyter Colab. Sorry, Jupyter Notebook. See, it's always a nice practice for the developer. Instead of straight away getting into your Anaconda panel or notebook to execute your command lines. For example, if I click here, okay, see here it is straight away it is opening your panel. Yes or no, where you can write a program like 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Basically, how to execute? We have something called as command button here. Okay, so you have run button. You can use this, but try to avoid using everything, because as you go down, no, again and again, you can come up. So always use some what you call shortcuts. So you should use basically, if you want to execute any program, you should press shift plus enter at the same time. So what happens? The program get executed. Okay, executed. So at the same time, you should press shift plus enter. Then only program gets executed. Suppose if you hit enter here, if you hit enter, what happens? See, I'm not simply I'm pressing enter. See here, the program is not executed. Rather, it is taking to the next step, next command line. Be careful. Okay, that is, you want to continue the program. Okay, 5 plus 3. Okay, so like that. So if you hit enter, okay, again it will go for the next line. So if you want to execute the program, always you should click shift plus enter. Now I'm clicking shift plus enter. So 11. So basically 5 plus 6 is equal to 11. Okay, see why it is basically, it is taking on the second line. I'll tell you why. So basically, when you press shift plus enter, you are executing the program. Now see here, even you can leverage your generative AI here. Actually, I should not tell you now itself. You misuse it basically. You won't write any code. But as a data analyst, yes, oftenly you can take the help of generative AI. That is not a problem nowadays. No one is writing a code. Everyone is depending on generative AI. See, you have something called as Anaconda Assistance. Okay, it's nothing but chat assistance. It is nothing but a Gen AI. Okay, prompt engineering basically. So where you can ask question here you can ask question. See, write a program. Write a program. Um, you know, basically write a program to read the data from the CSV file. Just if you write a program, if you type here and hit enter, it itself is give the program for you. Okay, so just write a program to read data from CSV file. So click on this basically. Now see here, it is what it is telling, something went wrong. Why it is went wrong? So let me refresh. So let me click here 1 minute. Sometimes, yeah, most recent, yes, to read program to read CSV file. So there is some connection error. Basically, let me refresh my Anaconda. Okay, fine. So I think I need to get into, yeah. So let me open this again. New notebook. Click on this new notebook. Yeah. So yeah. Fine. So see, you are able to see this what do you call it, stars, right? 3 stars. This is nothing but your Anaconda assistance, where you can click on it. Okay. So just you can, if you click, it will go. Again, if you want, you can. So just now I'm trying to program to read CSV file. Read data from CSV file. I want to extract the data from the CSV file. Okay, now it's working. Yeah, see here, it itself is writing the program. Fat, you do not worry about how to write the program, everything basically. Okay, Fine. So it itself is writing the program for you, where you can use the direct program and you can run the program. But you should know how to use that program basically. Okay. So basically, you know, so yeah. So yeah, uh, program to add two numbers. Okay. Very simple program. See here, it itself is telling, see, num1 is equal to 5, num2 is equal to 3. Num1, what is num1? It's a variable. I'm assigning 5 to the variable num1. I'm assigning 3 to the variable num2. I'm adding these two numbers, num1 plus num2. I'm storing in the result. I'm printing that result along with the numbers. Okay, see what you can do. Just even you can just copy and paste to your panel. Okay, so copy and paste. See, actually, I should not tell you, but you are a data analyst. I can tell you because some students they don't know about programming language. There is a big misconception with in the industry that data analyst, they fear. I should write a program. No need to worry. You do not write a program. Basically, you should know. You should understand the syntax. Basically, if you understand syntax, you can take the AI assistance. Basically, help of AI assistance, and you can cut and paste the programs, and you can straight away. See, basically, I copied the program here. See, what is the best practice for you? Always, open a text file. Okay, fine. So click on plus, open a text file. You are able to see the text file right here. So open a text file. See, what is this text file? It will allow you to develop the program right. Not execute the program, write the program. So click on the text file. Okay, so this is your text file basically, what you are seeing here. Okay, so it will allow you to write the program. So cut and paste, see here. So just I can change the program here. Instead of 5, I'll put 6. Instead of 3, I'll put 7. Okay. So now I can't execute the program here. Okay. Fine. I can't execute the program here. See, what is this, hash symbol? It is nothing but to add a comment. It won't get executed basically. It's just a comment. So whatever you are writing after hash, it is directly displayed to your output. So basically, these two are the commands where we are assigning the numbers. And again, this is a comment. Okay, and this is also comment. So whenever you have a hash symbol, it's a comment. You need to understand it's a comment. So this is a text editor. Basically, I can write n number of programs here, but I can't execute. Okay, it's like your notepad basically. Now, if you want to execute, again, I will change. I did some changes to a program. I copied. Okay, copy. Then I'll go to your basically your notebook. Okay, basically your notebook. Then I will paste here directly. Okay, so paste cells below basically. Okay, control V. Fine. Now see here, I pasted the program. Now if you want to run the program, I will enter shift plus enter. Okay, that's it. I got the output. The sum of 6 and 7 is 13. So this is how we execute the programs as a data analyst, basically. Okay, do not worry about writing the program and break your head. But however, try to avoid, basically once you attend the Python classes, once you become familiar, try to type the program and get into. Okay, but yes, you can do this also. I'm not telling no. So if you want to execute the program here itself, you can just click on run the code in the notebook. Click on here, see here. Directly, you do not cut and paste it. Directly it is executing. Okay, directly it is executing. So now basically, I want I in the so already I created some programs here. So to read the data, just I'll close this. Okay, all this I'll close, discard. Okay, I don't want this. So already I have some programs. Okay, where I want to read the data. From the what you call CSV file, and I want to print the data. See, in the previous classes, we already, read the data. We collected the data of Apshala. Yes or no? It's a live data. So what we do in this class, in the Python class, we will try to read that data which is present in the Apshala.csv file, and we'll display the data in our console, Python console, output console basically. So we need to read the data from the .csv file. So what we should do basically, now what is our task? So with the help of Python, okay, read the data, from .csv file. It can be your Apshala CSV file or Amazon CSV file or Kaggle CSV file, what you have web scrap, whatever you want to do, you can do. Okay, that is my first task here in today's class. I want to read the data from .csv file. Then I want to print this data. Print this data which I read from .csv file. This is my tasks today. Now, what is the next task? Once I print this, I want to see only first five rows. First five rows in the data. Then I want to see only last five rows in the data. So what should I do? Basically, these are called data manipulation. Now, I want to delete some columns. I want to delete some columns in my data set. Okay, so how can I use? Basically, all these are nothing but reading the data from CSV file, printing the data what we read from CSV file, selecting the first five rows, selecting the last five rows, then deleting some columns. Okay, all this, what is this? Basically, this is nothing but data manipulation. All this data manipulation can be done with the help of Python library called Pandas. What is this? It is nothing but Python library, or I can say tool for your understanding. So first, before using this Pandas library, first of all, you should install this Pandas library in your system, in your programming, in your Python IDE. Otherwise, it cannot recognize. Okay. Once you install, okay, then you need to import this Pandas library. Okay. So let us go step by step now. Okay. Not to hurry. So what I'm doing, already I had a code. Basically, I have written a code to save some time of mine. So what I'm doing, this is you are able to see, right? Just I will zoom it. Yeah, you are able to see now. Yeah, sorry. So basically, see here, this is a code in order to install your Pandas library. Okay, exclamatory pip space install space pandas. If you execute this command, obviously your Python library will be what you call installed. Python library will be installed. So let us see. Okay, so just click on new. I want new panel. Click on this panel. Okay, fine. So just I don't want AI assistance no more. Just I want this also. Okay. So just I will name this as right click, rename, read CSV file. So this is my enter. So read CSV file is my Python programming name. I'm reading the data in the CSV file. So just I copied it, just I paste here. Oh, sorry, it's not. So go to your text. Okay, or just you can type exclamatory. So you can type exclamatory. Okay, install pandas. So shift enter. So when you hit shift enter, so the pandas installation is started and it has been installed successfully. Okay, so this is like successful installation of pandas. Okay, so basically it has been installed. Now I want to import the pandas. So we have step by step, basically, procedure. Before reading the file, okay, just I will see here. If you want to import the pandas, this is the statement. Okay, this is the command. Basically, I use import command, import pandas as PD. See, every time I can't use pandas in my program. So what I'm doing, I'm assigning one reference, okay, variable for this pandas. So I'm importing pandas as PD. Okay, now see, first of all, you should understand one thing. Okay, so pandas is a library basically. Okay, it's a Python library. Pandas is a Python library. So where you have n number of functions or methods. Okay, in order to in order to manipulate or carry out different functions, not to carry out different activities on data. See, for example, I want to perform one activity on data called read data. Okay, so read data. So what function I should use in this pandas library in order to read the data? So I should use something called as read underscore CSV. So this is the function. So I'll mention in single quotes, okay, dot CSV file name. So if you want to read the data from the CSV file name, what function I should use? Read underscore CSV. So this function is present inside the pandas library. How can I access this function with the help of, okay, this variable called PD? So I'm importing pandas as PD. Now, PD will be referring to library called panda. As soon as I execute this command, import panda as PD, all the pandas library will be transferred to this PD. All pandas libraries will be all functions or methods will be transferred to this PD. So all the functions and methods will be there in this PD now. Now, if you want to access the functions in this pandas library, how I can access with the help of this library like this PD dot read underscore CSV. So this is how I can access the functions or methods that is present in the pandas library. Okay, the same thing here I mentioned here. Okay, so these are all you will understand very clearly if you are from programming background, or if you are not from programming background, don't worry, I'll make you to understand in the next classes. But as of now, understand just PD is a reference variable or an object to your pandas library. Okay, which is pointing to the pandas. If you want to access methods or functions which is present in the pandas library, you should use this syntax like this: pd dot read underscore CSV. So the read underscore CSV is one of the method which is used in order to read the data from the CSV file. So just focus on this, so we imported the pandas as PD. Now, so what we are doing basically, uh, so we are reading, I want to read the data, I want to read the data from the CSV file. Okay. So what command I should use basically just like, so this is the syntax basically. PD dot read underscore CV, under parenthesis, this is called parenthesis, open bracket and close bracket. We have single quotes. In the single quotes, you should add the path. You should put the path of that file. Now, where is that file basically? See, we already, have the file of the Apshala. What we in the previous classes, we downloaded the Apshala file. So what we do, we need to upload that file to your basically panel. Okay, this is your panel basically. Okay, so just into your IDE panel. Okay, fine. So, okay, so 1 minute, guys, 1 minute. So basically, just I'm uploading, already uploaded here. See here, uploaded, but for your namesake, again, I'm uploading. So click on upload, okay, button. So now here, so what I'll do, yeah. So you can upload any file, guys. Just I'm uploading Apshala file because it's easy for me. You can upload any file, whatever you have. Okay. So basically, I upload the raw data or clean data, but basically see here, it should be in a .csv file. Okay. It is a comma separated file. Okay. Be careful. Okay. So it won't support Excel files and all. Just it support comma separated file. Okay. So just upload this, click open. Okay. So overwrite, it is asking already file is there. You want to overwrite? Yes, overwrite. Okay. It is overriding. Okay. Now see here, this is your file. Just double click on this. See here, it gets uploaded here. So it gets uploaded, okay, in your IDE, Jupyter Notebook IDE, basically. Okay, so this is the data, yes or no? Previously, we dealt with this data of Apshala. Now, this data, I want to read this data, which is present in the .csv file. Okay, now I want to, what do you call it? Show this data as an output in the console. Python output console, basically IDE console. So now see, so I need to mention here I need to mention the path of this data. Basically, 1 minute, just, yeah. So I need to mention the path of this data. So here I need to mention the, under this quote, single quotes, I need to mention the path of .csv file. So how to choose a path of .csv file? Okay, just go to your data. See, this is your Apsara data which you imported to this IDE. Click on right click. Okay, copy the path. Click on copy path. Just click on copy path. Put the cursor between these two codes. Again, right click or just press Control V. Control V. Just you are copying the data. That's it. Copying the path. See here, this is your path. Very simple. Don't get confused. Very simple. So now this is the command which is, or this is a statement or program statement which is used to read the data from the CSV file, apshala.csv file. What is that? PD. PD means your pandas. PD dot c read underscore CSV. Read underscore CSV is a function or a method which is used to read the data in the CSV file. What is the syntax of this? This is the syntax. This is the syntax. Okay. So here, how can I access this read underscore CSV file with the help of variable called PD? What is this variable? It's nothing but panda. Why? Because why I am telling it as PD dot read underscore CSV, because with the help of that object, I can access any function. Not only read function, I can use write function, I can use load function, head function. So I can use n number of things. Okay. So that is you will study all this in object-oriented programming, something called as OOPS. It's very simple, guys. Don't worry, don't get confused. See, for example, we have a concept of uh, library. For example, I told you pandas. Okay, pandas is your library. So what is library? It is a set of functions or methods. So you have n number of functions or methods. What is a function or a method? It is a set of code. It is a reusable code. Okay, in order to do a certain task. See, for example, I want to read the data from the CSV. I did not write the program again and again. Already it has been written by someone and he has stored in this function. Just you should know what function you should use. So in this pandas, we have read function. Okay, so write function. Okay, n number of functions you have, load function. Okay, head function. All this function, how you basically, access it. Basically, how you will access it with help of something called as pointing variable like panda, PD. So PD will points to this panda. Then if you want to access the read function, I'll tell simply PD dot read. See, this is for your understanding I'm telling. Okay, this is not exact syntax. Okay, so PD dot write. So this is all. This is the syntax which is used to read the method or a variable which is present in the pandas libraries. Hope you understood now. Yeah, very clearly. So yeah. So now what we are doing, see, we are successful in reading the data from a CSV, but you should store that in some variable, right? Okay, you are extracting the data from CSV, you should store that in variable. Similar, I'll just type it as df. Basically, df is one of the variable, okay, where I'll store. Okay, if you want to store the data, I'll store in df. Now I'm printing this df. I want to print the content that is stored in the df. What is a function which is used to print the data? Print df. Okay, print. So why I'm printing? What is this df? Df. See, what is there in this df? The data which is present in the Apshala lead data. That is the data which is present in the .csv file. Whatever the data that is present in this .csv file, okay, in this .csv file, okay, it will be transferred or stored in this df. Now I want to print the data that is stored in the df with the help of print command. I did. Okay, so now this program, what is this program? It is used to read the data from the .csv file. Okay, how that is we need to export or load this .csv file, whichever we want to read first. Okay, then it is exported like this. Okay, like this it is exported. Then you need to copy the path. Okay, copy path. Then you need to paste the path here. Okay, then only this function read underscore CSV can understand, oh, this is the CSV file where I need to read the data. Otherwise, it won't understand. It will show the syntax error. So then I want to print the data. Very simple. Just reading the data from the CSV file, printing the data to the output of this console. Okay, so just I'll clear all the drawings. So how to execute, guys? So what is the type? So shift plus enter. Okay, so when I hit shift plus enter, whatever the data is present in this file will be displayed as an output in this console itself. Shift plus enter. That's it. See here, all the data, whatever is there in the CSV file. See, we have education data, yes or no. We have alternate number, all these provisions. Okay, all this data, it has been displayed in the same console. It is not displaying somewhere. It is displaying here only. Now, what should I do this with this data? What should I do? I can play around this data. I can do some manipulations. I can clean this data. Yes or no? Okay. How? With help of this Pandas library. Pandas library. Okay. So with help of Pandas library, I'm successful in reading the data. In the next coming classes, okay, we will be working on this Pandas library, spending some time on Pandas, NumPy, Matlab libraries to play around with this data. Okay, throughout the class, I'll be taking the example of this Apshala data only. I'll take this Apshala data and I will do n number of things. Okay, so I'll play around this data with the help of this Pandas library. Hope you understood today's class. So basically, what is the data irregularity? See here, we have nan here. This I don't want. I want to remove. Okay, we have something irregularities. See here, this dots I want to remove. How to remove all those things? All these things we'll discuss. Now here, basically, I want to see the first. See, I don't want to see all the rows here. Okay, I want to see only the first 5 rows. So in the df variable, see where this data is stored. All this data is stored in the variable called df, because we have assigned here, right? You are reading the data from .csv file, and you are dumping the data in df, or assigning the data in df. Basically, this is called as assignment operator. Suppose if I tell, okay, x is equal to 2, this 2 is stored here in x. Similarly, whatever the data is there in the .csv file, it is stored in df. I am printing this df. Now, what is there in the df? All this data. Okay. Now, in this data, I want to see only first 5 rows. What is this? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are first 5 rows I need. Okay, I don't want any other rows. So what function I should use? Okay, that we'll discuss now. Very simple. Go down, basically, very simple. Just go down, go to your command prompt. Okay, type df. Just type what do you call? You have a function. So basically df dot head. So df, 1 minute. Yeah. So df dot head. So what is df dot head? See, I'm telling to Python basically, I need only first 5 rows of that is present in the df. So shift plus enter. See here, just when you scroll down, see here only first 5 rows I got. I am not getting all the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 rows. It is showing the description also in the downside. Okay. So you see here, it is only having 5 rows. It is only having 5 rows. So now I want to see last 5 rows. I don't want to see first 5 rows. I want to see last 5 rows. What is the function I use? Tail function. So df dot tail. Like this. Shift enter. That's it. Last 5 rows I got. Okay, so this is how basically we need to play with the data. So in the next coming classes, we'll start cleaning the data. How to clean the data of Apshala with the help of this Pandas. Okay, now I want to show you something a very useful stuff where you can play around with Pandas. Just go to Google, type Google. So type Pandas. So Pandas, click on this. This is the Pandas official website. Okay, so you can, there is a number of user guides, just you can click on this documentation, so this is the user guides. See here, you have a number of programs here, so how to import programs, for example, how to merge the data sets, how to reshape the data sets, how to viewing the data. Okay, see, just now we have discussed head and tile, right? This is where we discussed, okay, head and tile. Okay, see here, this is a, this is a head and tile. Okay, the same thing, in different format they are using. So you can go through. This is a study material for you. Okay, where you can go through, but not to worry about too much. Okay, so everything is important. Okay, it's not important. Just you need to understand the basics. Okay, so not to focus more on it, but however, yes, we'll explore everything. We'll explore step by step. Okay. So now, yeah. See, I want to gift you one book. See here, this is your. I can say it's a gift for you. Basically, Python for data analysis. Okay. So most of the data analysts will use this book. Okay. It is a textbook. Where they will focus more on what you call they focus more on Pandas, NumPy, and Jupyter. Okay. So data wrangling means what? Data cleaning. Data wrangling means data cleaning, data wrapping, all these things. Because you'll be playing the data. So how you use Python libraries for data analysis? Not only this data analysis, not only cleaning the data, you will be using like Python libraries in order to explore the data, in order to do some report analysis. All these things we call EDA, exploratory data analysis. In the previous classes, we also discussed how we leverage the Accio tool in order to do the EDA, right? So there we have used tool. Here we will be using Python to do all those things. Basically, that is also secondary for me. I want to enter into Power BI as soon as possible. Yeah. So now, so just so I have a book for you. Don't worry. I'll tell Mr. Samir to share that book, okay, to your drive, at the same time to your WhatsApp group. Fine. So it's a freely available. You can download. That is not a big problem. Okay. So you can that we will give that. That is not a big problem. So fine, guys. Hope you enjoyed the session today to the maximum extent. So today you learned something called as Pandas library, which is used to what you call manipulate your data, which is stored in the CSV files. Okay, it is used to clean the data, it is used to retrieve the data, it is used to do a number of functions on the data. Fine. So thank you so much, guys. If you have any questions, you can ask me so that we can meet in the next class. Any questions, guys? Any questions? You can unmute yourself or you can ask or you can chat window. Else we can wind up the session. Because I don't want to talk more now. Yeah.
No, sir, it's clear.
Yeah. Fine. Rajini, any question?
No, sir.
Yeah. So who is it user? Is it Venkatesh?
No, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Venkatagura.
Okay. So someone has joined with the username. That's the reason. Fine. Is it ready?
No, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, fine, fine. Fine, fine, guys. Thank you so much. Okay. See you soon in the next classes. See, next classes we'll be discussing. I told you, we'll be discussing only on these pandas and Python, what do you call numpys, libraries. Okay, fine.
Coming Tuesday, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sorry, ma.
Next class Tuesday, no? Same time.
Tuesday, same timings. And Samir will be telling you the Python classes. We'll be taking a special class on Python, where if you are interested, you can come for that Python. So we'll start from scratch basically. What is variable? What is object-oriented programming in that Python?
Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, guys. All the best.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Bye.